Many times by a number of cadets, a ghost had been seen in one particular room of the dorm by over 20 men, including six officers. They said, at West Point. When the program was over that night, we were asked by two majors and their wives to hold a seance. You know, that just means come over and pray a little bit. I mean, depending on how you define. Definitions are have to do everything, but in essence, they were told us to come over there and pray for us and have a seance at the Colonel Sylvanus Thayer house. You know, and when thinking back in retrospect, it almost seems unreal. Conservative old West Point, by invitation, seated on the floor, and we joined hands like in a kumbaya. I mean, really, we formed a circle. We all joined hands and sang kumbaya. Not really kumbaya, but in my head I was thinking at the same time. We was praying over about thank you for our eyes and our ears and our appendages, and we can feed ourselves and walk. Be thankful for our basic things and stuff, and we all listening. Very logical. Army majors and their wives. An attempt was made to contact an earthbound spirit during the prayer, but none would join our group that night. An earthbound spirit is a person who, because of great emotional shock at the time of his death, does not pass over correctly and remain attached kind of to this world. There were, however, many impressions picked up. Impressions, but, you know, the people that were there, we didn't over-exaggerate ourselves and talk about this and that, and talk about this to become a topic of subject. But there had already been topics, what I'm getting at. So there's already been impressions picked up. And saw a man in uniform in the 1800s. His name began with G. She said it was something like Green or Greer. She told those present that he was very sad, that, you know, he just wanted to be left alone, is what she thought like. She said he definitely had a great guilt feeling, that he was a general's aide and that he was black. The major protested that it couldn't have been. There was never a black aide at the point at that time. On that note, the prayer kind of ended because they were talking about this and they were getting into logistics and politics. And it become a not listening, it become a talking. And that's why they always say, be quick to hear and slow to speak. You got to continue to do that. And even me and myself, every time I got to do it. And about a week after I returned home, I received a call from the Commander General of West Point. He said that he had personally researched the history of the West Point and found out indeed that there had been a black man named Greer who had been an aide in the 1800s, and he went on to say that Greer was arrested for murder on a man on the grounds of the academy. He was later granted clemency. Greer is not at rest. And I'm going to go and tell you, you know, the cadets already could have known some of this story and waited and not get over there. And then the next day, the officer from West Point called me and the girls. They would call me over there each night. Since their visit, a ghost had appeared in the room of the dorms. It was the same ghost they talked about that had been seen by the officers and the cadets. I didn't told you about 6 officers, you know. And you think you're going to hold them a little bit more accountable at times before our visit. The entity's frequency had increased lately because of the greater recognition it had been getting. It had presumed. It's kind of like if you're there and you're thinking about it, they're going to show up more. It was just weird, you know. This is a natural phenomenon amongst ghost hunters. The ghosts were 19th century uniform, and they did carry a rifle. We walked through a wall into the center of the room, and then excited again by walking through another wall. The wall through which he entered was always quiet, but the radiator which was against it. Whenever the entity came through, the radiator turned icy cold. Could the entity be in any way connected with Greer? Could this be Greer's victim? Because we felt something, or an absence of something, heat, wise in the heater. Yeah. When you feel an absence, it makes you wonder what's really what. We had been bound to strict secrecy by officials of West Point, even though we had cameramen in there too, and they've been taking pictures on their own. You know what I mean? They know about it. That's the thing. They know about it to protect it from possible ridicule. I already told you we had our own cameras in there. They brought them in there and do what they're going to do as a unknown cadet. West Point assumed, decided that he was not part of that agreement. Within a few days, every major newspaper, radio station, and television network was talking about the West Point ghost and our investigation. That was a curveball. We were told by the Army that any further investigation by us was out of the question until the culprit, who was called the press, was found. You know. So they'd be like, hey, they're going to bring attention, and they're going to say, not sequester it. They're going to suppress it, because they didn't want it told. A young midmanship from Annapolis, anxious to grab some publicity and at the same time cause grief for West Point, claimed that the whole ghost story was a hoax, which he had created. Claim the fame, baby. He said that he climbed to the roof of the dorm and lowered himself into the side, just above. It'd be like a one-time event. It'd be like crazy if he could actually do that. And for a second, through the floor windows. Hey, man, but this had been going on for a long time. But it can be erased real quick. He claimed to be, he was the culprit, climbing through the windows. There was a flashlight and a foggy slide. He projected the image into the room, thereby creating a ghost. He said he had done this for a full week. Hey, that don't create for decades, nor longer. Beginning Halloween night, West Point was quick to point out, however, some discrepancies in the story. They pointed out that the haunting took place on the first, not the second floor. Over 20 people witnessed the apparition. They saw it very clearly walk through the wall and into the center of the room. Hey, man, and they'll lead you into something and be like, whoa, 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 whoa. And then, But it's duh. No, because if the first is wrong, it's wrong. They pointed out that the haunting took place on the first, not the second floor. Over 20 people witnessed the apparition. They saw it very clearly through the wall and into the center of the room. The radiator had turned cold, and then the entity appeared. Finally, they noted that the haunting had been seen each night for a full week before the Halloween. A full week is not decades. When he asked officials of West Point for permission to use autographs made for us by the photographers that they provided, they emphatically said no. The day after we made the request, the FBI paid us a visit. We were told that we could keep the photographs provided that we'd never use in public. We were asked to sign a contract and provided penalties for violation. We hope someday that would be allowed by the West Point officials to conclude the investigation. Until then, some of the dormitory rooms continue to be sealed off, and mystery will remain unsolved. And the ghost will continue its nightly walks in the halls of the West Point. I'm not sure, but I did find this. It's a fake book, and I was looking through all of it. As far as the authors, these foolish things, that's all I got, baby. And as far as the authors, I did look at the words of Marvel, Old Marvel, and the music by Strackley and Link. According to my Facebook, there was nothing other lasted. There was nothing listed that I could find. And I looked and I looked. Well, I didn't look a lot, but I looked a little bit. I at least looked. And I'm like, well, maybe if I had something in there. I should tune it and get it up to speed, but you know what? If I can just see the dots on the side, I mean, really, I'm doing pretty good. through the day. I dream about all night. About with you. Oh, I want to meet you. Evening slips away. Down smile the moon. Soon we go. All through the day, I dream about all I dream about. Ah, today I wish away the time of time. Here with you. Oh, down for the soul, I run to miss you, evening is the way. Oh, down smiles the moon. Soon the day. Ah, through the day, yeah. Dream about love night. I dream about the night with you. I run to meet you, evening, Miss down smiles the moon, and so your lips ring again. Whoa, through the